If you've got money worries or debt problems, you don't need to turn to a loan shark. General Manager of Credit Counselling Singapore, Huey Min, said that the key to getting your finances back on track is to take control of your money.
We should make paying debt number one when we have a debt problem. That means if I have a debt problem, the first thing I need to do every month is to actually pay off my debt. And the other thing that I need to do simultaneously is I stop creating new debts, meaning I don't use my credit facilities anymore. That means I don't swipe my card anymore. I don't write any more checks from my credit facilities. Once I stop using, I don't create new debts, right? So when I also make an effort to make payment, that means I'm bringing down my debts. You see? So two things. And in fact, three. One more thing is that I have to make sure I pay in time. You see, because some people, they are not very organized. They don't take note of the due date, and they always pay late. And when you pay late, there will be a penalty.
Credit Counselling Singapore handles more than 1,000 debt cases every year. When faced with financial problems, some may turn to loans, but Huey Min says that not everyone can qualify as a candidate.
To get a loan from a bank, you do need to earn a certain minimum annual income. If we do not earn that minimum annual income, then we won't be able to get a loan from the banks. So where else can we turn to? The best way is, of course, turn to people you know, a friend, a relative. Hopefully they don't charge you interest, okay? What we call a friendly loan. The other place that you can consider will be, my suggestion is go to a cooperative that you are a member of, with, because the co-op do give out loans to their members at a very attractive rates.
However, Huey Min stressed that applying for a loan should be considered as a last resort.
To borrow to pay, that means to apply for a new facility to pay the existing facility, it's not going to help. Generally speaking, most people don't do it the right way. Let's say I have chalked out $5,000, okay, debt. Now I apply for, I may apply for a new credit card, and then they say you can do balance transfer. So that means I can transfer from this card A to card B. So my card B now got 5,000. My card A now got 0, right? The problem is, when you do balance transfer, normally they give you very attractive interest rate. Let's say maybe 6% or something like that instead of 24%. But this is only for 6 months normally, and with a processing fee or something like that, okay? Now, the thing is that when they transfer from card A to card B, card A becomes 0, but most people do not just cancel card A. So they keep it. So the problem is, 6 months down the road, the interest rate will revert to 24%. Okay? But 6 months down the road, over here, they also chalk out another few $1,000s again. So now they don't just owe $5,000. They owe $5,000 plus here another $2,000, $3,000, $4,000.
How does one become debt-free? Huey Min says the easiest way is to track your daily expenses.
When I say track expenses, what I meant is to actually record down your expenses on a daily basis. You have to do it daily because you probably don't remember how much you spent yesterday, and do it on a fixed time. Fixed time ideally is end of the day, right? Because just before you go to bed, you probably won't be spending money when you are sleeping, right? So, and whatever you need to pay, you already make your payment, okay? And the other advice is that maybe not to the cents, but it depends on the individual. Some people, they really like to record to the cents. But for most of us, I suppose, at least, to the dollar, recording is still not enough. You need to analyze. That means at the end of the month, you have to see, did you really spend according to what you planned? If you did not, then you have to see which category I have overspent. Then perhaps I have under budgeted. That means I have to adjust my budget to actually reflect my spending behavior. It is good to keep track for ideally 6 months or so, or at least 3 months. Then you can see a pattern. Roughly how much you are spending, and then make adjustment accordingly. So if you can make sure that you are spending within your means, then there shouldn't be too big a problem already. At least you may not become a rich person, but at least you won't get into trouble with debts.
When it comes to money matters, it seems a little planning goes a long way.